Today we will discuss about a story on become the patron of villains. So I read this complete chapters. I think there were almost 41 chapters currently. So what was good about this particular comic was um, if you have seen the essence of shadow, which is also popular, which is also popular anime and manga, where the main character tends to save some of the girls from exploitation, and they starts working together for Sid, and basically individually they try to organize themselves into an organization and try to build up uh, a syndicate for Sid. But Sid is not expecting that. He doesn't know. He's having his own plans, but these guys are trying to help him out with creating a complete network of power, right? So similar thing happens here. The basic gist of the story is that this particular whom I Patron something his name is, it's very difficult to like address his name. Let's call him Pal, right? So he basically um, is a reincarnator. So I think it's not a reincarnator. Actually, it's a dive into a game, right? So he's playing a particular game, and he becomes one of the villains of that particular game. And then he understands that if the story proceeds, he would be killed by the protagonist. So in this particular world, the main five characters, which is called the sins, are the main villains. Because of the childhood abuse and everything, they become the villains. So first thing immediately he does is he gets those children into an orphanage and gets a better life for them. But what these children will do is, rather than just having a normal life, they start thinking that they need to, they're in some kind of a training, and they are being trained by this villainous character, and they need to like be more what do you call, trying to clean up the society and everything. But every time he sends a letter, they misread it or something, or basically make up their own thing in their mind that he is a blue moon and he's giving orders to like assassinate somebody or clean up the underworld or something like that. So they are, these five are extremely powerful, and they have their own different power. That's why they were calamities in the game, right? So that's why the main reason he wanted them to not become that calamity and then ruin the world. So he made sure that these guys are in orphanage and out of all the abuse and everything. But they form a syndicate. They start building things around him, so that he's like the top boss or top villain type of character which they portray. Now the best part is that the whole the gamer, or we can call him Pal, right? So his problem right now is that he got stuck in this game, and he knows everything what's going to happen in the game. So he starts breaking things up, so that he wants to live a normal life. Okay, so but every time he takes any action, like once he basically says a certain thing, and um, in these guys predict something else, and they start killing all of his family heads, and then he becomes the family head. So uh, now the whole story evolves around this, like his relationship with those five kids, and how the five kids becomes older, and they become one of the prominent masters, like the sword, one of the guy becomes the sword masters, and another guy becomes the pirate king, and so they excel in their fields, and but they always think that this is one of the orders from our master, and we have to do better for him and all that. So this whole dynamic of all these misunderstandings, and how he's portrayed as the greatest villain, and but there's another side to it where he himself has his own magical thing, and he's trying to build his strength over the outer gods, which is a concept which comes up as the story progresses, where his entire storyline runs on the outer gods, and learning about the magic of an ancient. So in the mix of all of these, there's a underworld, there is like these five kids, and then there's the outer gods which are challenging him, which are very powerful. So the pacing is good, and I would suggest a good read, probably once a read, because it's not like Sid, who has like a very dark character type of thing. This guy is more of a mellow, like he's more of a good guy type of character, and um, they basically misunderstood that he's very cruel and everything, but he's actually a very soft character, which is good. But we need to see how this transforms, because there's something called a black thing, which is why these five kids were like in a very bad situation at the start, and those black thing, or the whatever this organization, or whatever this dark force is, that is not yet much revealed much, but I think that would be the future arcs will be more looking at what these things are, and how our protagonist will try to figure out a way to get over that. So there are these things, and what I didn't like is the there's something feels odd about the story. There's something like the main character, he has a charm, but it feels too lazy of him, like everything is like done automatically for him. But there are moments where he comes forward to like I think now recent chapters, it is more of his involvement is coming more. I think they are improving that, but previously it was like too much randomly things are happening around him, and he's not doing much part in those things. And now his involvement is getting more and more prominent, I think. But yeah, we need to see how it progresses, how what kind of challenges he would involve. The whole outer god concept also is way over our head. It's not going my head actually. I'm not able to like fully grasp what the heck this outer god thing is, and the whole wordings and the way casting and all that stuff. So yeah, it is a bit verbose on that sense. Like can keep it bit simple on that. But yeah, this is my review. If you haven't read this one, I think I would highly recommend to go for one read at least. And yeah, that's my review. Thank you.